How do you stay connected while traveling? Do you want to know a super easy, efficient, and affordable way to get cellular data everywhere in the world? Let me tell you how you can in today's video. Hello travelers, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Jeff Heyer and I host a social media nature series. I dedicate my YouTube channel here to taking you on worldwide expeditions where we explore natural places and find wildlife. I take you on weekly adventure vlogs to explore places like Kenya, Montana, Maine, Alaska. If you can find wildlife in a certain place, I'm there. But occasionally I share videos such as this one where I share travel insights and answer the big questions that get asked me about my travels, including the question, how do I stay connected while traveling? Doing this type of work, I travel a lot. The last year I've been to over 12 different countries, and it's important to me as a traveler to stay connected while I'm abroad. Whether you plan to work abroad or just want to stay connected for peace of mind, I want to share with you a really easy solution and service that'll get you connected right away, no matter where you are in the world. I've been in a lot of situations traveling where it's very stressful not being able to contact someone. Whether I'm trying to get into an Airbnb and don't know how to get in and need to contact the host, or I'm just not really sure where I am, or I need to call a taxi, Uber, those sorts of things, that's when data really comes in handy. But the problem is that when we travel to new destinations and we connect our home provider to their foreign providers, it becomes very expensive very quickly, and it's very difficult altogether. International roaming fees are really expensive. They range from $15 to $20 a day, and no one needs to be spending that kind of money just to stay connected. For most of us, all we really need is cellular data plans, just so we connect to internet wherever we go, and we can contact people through internet-based messaging apps such as social media or things like WhatsApp. Whatever your reason is, in today's video, I'm going to share with you how you can stay connected super easily, affordably, and efficiently. Now, before I start, I have to answer the question, how does our phone stay connected at all? The answer to this is by SIM cards. Now, if you aren't technologically savvy and don't know what SIM cards are, they are essentially physical chips inside of our phones that connect us to a local tower. This is what gets us connected to internet, allows us to make calls and texts, that sort of thing. But when we travel to new places, this SIM card in our phone is only compatible with a certain network. So what we have to do is purchase a local SIM card in order to connect to their local networks. For the longest time, we would travel to new destinations and buy a physical SIM card, and then we would buy data on top of that. And this is a great moment for a little show and tell. I want to share with you my longtime collection of SIM cards I've collected from all around the world over the years. I've got Uganda, Egypt, Italy, France, Kenya. All of these are different SIM cards I've purchased over the years to connect to those destinations. Now, this was always a hassle because we'd have to take out our primary SIM card chip, keep track of that small little thing while we were traveling abroad, and replace it with this. And to open the card reader, we'd have to bring like a small pin or an earring or something to even open it because it's too small to open with a fingernail. And this was super stressful and difficult and a pain, and each of these cards costs money. And now I want to introduce you to a newer technology called eSIMs. eSIMs are a revolutionary new concept that are rolling out, becoming more mainstream, and if you aren't up to speed, I'm going to tell you all about it in the rest of this video. eSIMs are electronic SIM cards. They are virtual digital versions of these cards, and now we don't have to deal with the physical chips anymore. The newer phone models, such as the iPhone 14 that I have, they are 100% eSIM only. They no longer have a SIM card reader, which means that my old SIM card was transferred electronically to this phone. This is amazing because with this new technology, I can now add several different SIM cards to my phone on top of my primary one. This makes it easy to travel because wherever it is I go, I can just add an eSIM and I arrive to the destination, and then voila, I've connected to their local network. Makes things a lot easier. So how do you do this? Let me explain. Now, the first thing to know in order to use this service is your device eSIM compatible? After doing some quick research, I found that for iOS devices, Apple devices, you need to have a more current phone than the iPhone 10. The iPhone 10, 11, 12, they have card readers, but they are also eSIM compatible. Whereas the newest phones, such as the one I have, they are 100% eSIM only. So if you are curious to know whether your device is eSIM compatible or not, I have a link below that will take you to a page with all the devices listed that are compatible. So if your phone is on this list, you're in good shape. Now let's move on to step 2. This is when I want to introduce you to a service called Airalo. Airalo is the service that connects you to over 200 countries worth of cellular data plans. This is an amazing service because it's really easy to navigate their site, and it takes like less than 10 minutes to get connected anywhere in the world. So there are many different companies that have services similar to Airalo, and they're starting to really spring up now that this is becoming more mainstream. But after doing a lot of extensive research, reading a lot of reviews, I ended up going with Airalo because they had a lot of really positive reviews. Their user interface was immediately really easy to navigate, and they had really amazing customer service response time. And now that I've actually used their service, I can confidently give them 2 thumbs up that they work great, it's super easy, and I'm very happy with my experience. So how this works is you start by downloading the Airalo app. All you have to do is click the link in my bio, and that'll take you directly to the App Store for downloading. So once you've downloaded the app, you then create an account. And now that you've created an account, let me tell you how the rest works. So now that you've got the app downloaded and you have your account, let's look on how you actually purchase and install an eSIM. This is their website, which is identical to their app. And as you can see right off the bat, it's really easy to find the destination that you're wanting to connect to. They service over 200 different countries, and they have all of them listed here. This is where you can shop for all the different packages to purchase. And let's start by looking at France, because I actually have a trip coming up to France and I'm gonna wanna purchase one of these data packages. So if we click on France, definitely a more popular destination we're gonna wanna connect to, you can see that they offer 6 different data packages, and it's going to be provided by Bonbon Mobile, which if I say that with a French accent would be Bonbon Mobile. And it ranges from 1 gigabyte for 7 days all the way to 20 gigabytes for 30 days, which is a lot of data. So depending on the length of your trip and how connected you want to be, this is where you can shop through all the different options. And the amazing thing to look at here would be the prices, because $4.50 for the cheapest one and $36 for the most expensive one. With my past experiences in mind, I am still blown away by these prices. They are astronomically cheaper than how much I used to spend for data plans abroad. These physical chips I was showing you earlier, each of these costs about $30 to $50 just for the physical card in itself, and then I would have to purchase a premium to add data on top of that. And now that this is obsolete, we get to bypass that step and only purchase data plans. So for my upcoming trip, I'm gonna be there for more than a week, so I'm probably gonna do 15 days here, and then I'm gonna buy 2 gigabytes with that plan. And if I do run out of gigabytes, it's really easy to top that off later. $7.50. You guys, I'm still so amazed. For $7.50, you can stay connected while you're traveling. How nice is that? I'm personally someone who likes to have as many gigs as possible. I always worry about running out, and I really want to make sure I stay connected because I work so much on the fly. That's why I'm probably maybe going to do the 3 gigabyte plan just so I have that extra gig. Either way, I know it's super easy and convenient to top it off later if I need. So just out of curiosity, let's take a look at some of these other different plans. I know one of their more popular ones would be places like Thailand. Let's look at Thailand here. They only have 2 packages, and both of them are for unlimited data. Unlimited data for the cost of $10. Now let's look at Mexico. Mexico has 4 different options here, and the most you can purchase would be 5 gigabytes for 30 days. Now, the most recent place I've used this service was for my trip to Costa Rica. So let's look at Costa Rica. Costa Rica has 4 different plans, and because I was there for over 2 weeks, I ended up doing a 30-day plan for 5 gigabytes, the most expensive plan, and that was $31 to purchase. This was provided by Hot Telecom, and now let's go over how I installed this. So this same process goes for any eSIM that you would purchase on this app. So let's start by opening up our settings, and let's go to Cellular. And as you can see, there are 2 different ones here. This is my primary number. This is unchanging. And then the one underneath there, I labeled as Costa Rica Travel. This is the one I purchased from Hot Telecom through Airalo. So if you look under that, you can see that there's an Add eSIM option, and you just click on this. And it's from here, there are a few ways you can easily add the plan to your phone. The main way would be to use a QR code. So once you purchase the package, it'll give you a QR code, you scan it here, and then it'll take you to the next steps. However you get it started and initiate the process, it'll then start to give you some questions that you answer in order to set it up. And this takes less than like 8 minutes. So when I arrived to Costa Rica, I ended up downloading this once I arrived to the destination. I didn't download this in advance, although I could have. All you need in order to do this is a strong internet connection. From the moment I started opening this to the moment it was done, it took like 20 minutes, and that's how long it took for me to answer all the questions and for the phone to like activate its connection. So my only tip for you at this process is that when it asks for your default line, make sure you keep it as your primary number. This just essentially says that when you're traveling to this new place, you want your main phone number to be connected to things like iMessage and FaceTime, so that doesn't change. People can still message you to that number and you can still send out internet-based messages through that number as well. Just again, keep your default line your primary number. So for your additional SIM card, you don't want to make it your default, and you want to label it something that you'll remember, like Costa Rica travel or something like that. Eventually, it doesn't take long, you have officially added it to your settings. So what I then did is I went to my primary number and I turned off data roaming. This is so I avoid those international roaming fees from my home network. I want to turn that off. I don't need it while I'm away. And then I go back to my traveling number and make sure to turn on the line and turn on data roaming for that one. And then once your card is installed, you can also see it on the app. This is what it looks like. And as you can see, on my trip, I didn't end up using very many gigs. I had 5 to start with, and I ended up leaving the country with 3.47 gigabytes remaining. This is because I ended up being way more connected to Wi-Fi at the hotels and places I was staying and didn't really need data much. I did use it a few times when I was in places without Wi-Fi, when I needed to call an Uber or when I just wanted to map certain directions. Overall, like I didn't end up using it very much on this trip, but I'm glad I had it just in case. So as you can see, there's a top-up option if you needed more than that, and you can go to details and kind of like keep track of all of your usage. And here are the prices for topping up your eSIM. So this app overall is just super easy to navigate. It makes complete sense. A basic Betty can do it. Just like that, you're connected anywhere you go. Look at all these countries you can do. Based off my experience in Costa Rica, I can say that it worked great. Installation was super easy, very seamless. Now, it didn't work all the time. Of course, there were some places I was traveling to where the connection was a little bit more spotty than others. Places like San Jose, cities and towns, there was a lot stronger of a connection. And in more remote places I was traveling, it wasn't as strong. But that should be a given. I mean, I was traveling in some pretty remote parts of the country. I didn't expect the rainforest to have the best connection. I am very happy with this service. I'm really glad I discovered it. And I'm really glad I got to share it with you. I can't wait to use this for all of my future trips. Again, I am so glad this part of traveling is over and we get to just do it all virtually. It's so much easier, so much cheaper too. I'm saving so much money. Overall, a wonderful and easy way to stay connected while traveling. So if you plan to travel very soon and want to connect to wherever it is you're going, make sure to visit the link in my bio. This will take you right to the App Store where you can download the Airalo app. So if you found this video helpful and want to learn more ways to optimize your upcoming trips, don't forget to hit subscribe. I greatly appreciate you subscribing to this channel and supporting my work. I want to keep sharing more insightful videos like this one with you. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy being connected wherever you go, and safe travels.